Hello everyone, today I'm creating a card with distress oxides. It's a birthday card. This is for my sister-in-law, and I really liked creating her a card because I had this stamp set, and it had a nice saying, and I thought I would use it to create a card for her. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just using two more colors of the distress oxides. This is fired brick with the fossilized amber, and I think I'm going to use broken china and the purple one. Don't know if it's... yeah, this is wildflower that I'm using to create a nice colorful background. And here I'm going in with the blue. Really like the way the purple and the blue come together. And drying it well, and then cleaning my craft sheet. That's the way I work, just on a tiny piece of craft sheet. That works well for me. Well, in this case for the distress oxides, of course. So a little bit yellow again, just to create a layer, a bit lighter layer that I wanted. And using this face, this is from Dina Wakely, I think. Yeah, really like her. You've seen me use her before. And then her face was too white, too dark. So I wanted to lighten it up a bit. So I used just my water brush to lift off some of the oxides from the card, but it didn't do that well. So I decided to go in with Picket Fence. That's just distress ink. It did do something, but not much. So I tried it for a second layer, and it still didn't do what I wanted. I really wanted to lighten her up a lot. So I'm changing my mind in the end. You see me try to get her lighter, and then I think I used gesso, or didn't I do that? Really don't know. We'll see. Sometimes I do so many projects that I don't know what I did in the end. So I think we'll see what I think I'm going to go in with a gesso later. Masking her, of course, because the background is way too dull. And of course, using stencils. You know I'm a stencil addict. So really like, and these come from China. Had to wait for them for 4 weeks, but they've arrived in a very good and pristine condition. And I'm using numbers, and I'm using a silver colored paint. It's an acrylic from Amsterdam. Just gives a little dimension and texture on the background of your page. I really like that. The background. Drying it well because it's an acrylic. And then I decided it needed more, so I'm going in with this heart stencil. And using, I think, candied apple to give it a real shot of color. Really like the way this turned out, the bright red. No, well, emphasizing her more, of course, just with a black marker jelly roll pen. Make her stand out. Doing the eyes, well, everything that got lost using the picket fence. And then I was tapping my fingers, didn't know what to do. Oh, you see, I had a little boo-boo with my acrylic white paint. Oh, I didn't use gesso. Did I do it with white paint? I don't know. Can't remember. Oh, I had to touch up that spot. Yeah, this is what I did. I used acrylic paint to lighten her up even more. I knew that I made her face whiter than it was. Sometimes just can't remember what I do on projects. Make her a little bleak. Pale, isn't that's the right way to say it? Pale, isn't it? But it will be alright in the end. She doesn't look ill when I'm finished with her. Now she does a bit. So making her eyes white, a little creating some highlights. And the distress oxide go well with acrylics and with other kinds of paint. But if you use white, the distress oxide will show through. So you need to use a lot of layers if you don't like that. But I do like the way it looks, because the distress oxide keeps coming through the paint. I don't mind, it looks good. I'm using a pink distress oxide to color her face more, her cheeks, under her eyes, drying it completely. And now on with the sentiment. This was a stamp set about coffee, and it says always fresh, always hot. And then I drew several times 42. That's her age. She had her birthday yesterday. Well, when I'm uploading this, it was yesterday. So didn't know what to do with the 42. It was way too small. So I thought 42 always fresh, but no, 42 but always fresh, always hot. You see me struggle with a 42. Decided to do a little bit bigger because I've got a lot of space on the left side of the card. So, and again, just keep on trying. Thought it was a nice saying. Always fresh, always hot. We always hope so, don't we? Well, I've passed 42, so I was fresh and hot that many years ago. Now, decided on using the 42 and then the butt as well. Going around it with my marker, of course, and then I'm almost done. I could have just edited this out, but don't know why I didn't do it. And the last one, and then I'm almost done with this card. Just emphasizing everything a bit more because I used the acrylic paint, so going over it again with the black marker. And then we're almost done. And did I? Yes, I glued it down with my glue stick, I think. Yes, I did. And then it's almost finished. So turning this into a card. I normally don't make cards. It's just on some occasions that I do cards. But I'm not a card maker, so I had to find out which way I had to create this, turn this into a card. So I chose just a piece of white paper, folded it in half, and I made a little spot on the back of the card, just a little smudge of ink. So I just stamped it with a cupcake. Just doing that. And then the last sentiment, of course. Wishing you a happy birthday. So happy birthday, Margreet, if you are watching, and to all others, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.